Hey, it's Phil here on LUTV with another edition of Phil's Headphones. Now you see them, and now they're on the floor. Today is going to be the day that I'm talking about, the Battle of Britpop, the competitive matchup of two giants in their field that took an entire nation by storm. It's Oasis versus Blur. What was it all about? Who won the battle and who do I like better? Now just to translate for my fellow Americans, Oasis and Blur are rock bands from England. They're the other side of the pond. And in terms of my understanding, this was a sales battle between the Wonderwall guys and the woohoo, you know that song? That's Blur. That's Blur. Or the guy from Gorillaz, you might know. Now, at the time, there was this big sound in the 90s called Britpop. There were a lot of bands doing it. Pulp, Supergrass, Elastica. These guys were the top two, Oasis and Blur. But Liam Gallagher of Oasis did not like Blur. And even though Blur was like saying, we like Oasis, they're cool. At a certain point, things went too far, and they're like, you know what, we're done. We're going to put you down, and that's it. In August 1995, then Blur decided to release their single, Country House, the same day as Oasis would release their single, Roll With It. They had albums coming out in the fall, and it was a big sales battle. Now, back then, singles weren't just you would go on Spotify and there was my new single. There were actual CDs you could buy, a CD single. And the more you would buy with these, you would get the #1 on the charts. And the charts in England are huge. So Oasis and Blur, Country House, Roll With It. Who would win the sales battle? In the end, it was Blur with Country House that went #1. They got top of the pops, and the battle was all over-decided, and Blur won the battle. But while Blur might have won this time, Oasis is said to have won the war. Because, remember, the albums came out. Blur has The Great Escape. It does well, not as notable though as Clark Life. Oasis, The Morning Glory. What's the story, Morning Glory? Sells like hotcakes, the 4th biggest selling album in UK history, and even breaks them out in America. Blur couldn't even do that. I mean, Wonderwall, the hits. So sadly, the hits. All the awards the next year, 1996, went to Oasis because they were on top of the world, even selling out Nebworth, and Blur kind of went farther and farther down. But again, there's a battle, there was a war. Who wins in the battle of myself, of my heart? Well, it depends though. They're both great bands. If you're going off pure artistic ability, variety in their music, it's Blur. Blur has it all covered. I like Park Life a lot, but I really love the album after this. Self-titled, 13, very good. Oasis is nothing much, it's just rock and roll chords. And again, the albums are just more tasteful and more artsy. But songwriting though, Oasis for sure, because again, like I said, it's not a lot to the songs, just like a good straight guitar chords, bar chords, which is very simple. But they have anthems. There's a reason us Americans know, I said maybe, everyone knows that song. Don't Look Back in Anger. But again, one or the other, this is very hard to choose. I have to go through a Blur song, an Oasis song, Blur, Oasis, Blur, and to the end, I decided, you know what? I'm going to say Oasis, because here's why. One has She's Electric, and the other one does not. But you know what, Damon? You have Gorillaz, and I will give you that. And with that all being said, that will do it for this edition of Phil's Headphones. Be sure to catch more LUTV content on Facebook, X, and Instagram, as well as the Phil's Headphones radio show on 91.3 KVOU Saturday nights at 7 o'clock. And once again, this is me, Phil, an American, talking about British bands and what I like. And today is going to be the day that I say see you next time and for some more tunes. Definitely, maybe.